Today is 449 day that I'm here to share lessons I learned and I'm learning. I hope those lessons support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I'll speak about regrets. Because if you really want to become the person that you want to become, you want to reduce regrets. Of course, if you have a regretful life, you're not joyful. And if you're not joyful, you don't have great attitude. And if you do not have great attitude, a lot of times people do not pursue the things that they want to pursue. So today I will share seven things that potentially really slows you down because you do those things or you don't do those things, and because of that you are regretful. So number one is not taking action. Of course, I think that a lot of times most regrets are falling into that one because a lot of people do not take enough action. Because a lot of times people are afraid of making mistakes. Because it's better to make mistakes and better to take action than regret not taking action. Of course, sometimes you can make mistakes that you will be regretful of that mistake, but the majority of mistakes is not that bad. Now, let's look at your second one, is not seizing opportunities. Again, this is all about not taking action. Because if you're taking action, that means you'll be able to seize opportunity. Now people are coming, they see that opportunity came and they choose not to take opportunity, and that opportunity goes by. And now at that moment people become very regretful and bitter. But I could tell you, it's not supposed to be that way, because opportunities will come and go. But of course, what you need to do, you need to not sit down at home and watch Netflix or play games. So you need to go out and seek those opportunities. But at the same time, if you do not have any opportunities at the moment, what you're supposed to do? You need to improve yourself, grow yourself, and build some skills. Because I love this saying that when opportunities show up, it's too late to prepare. So you need to prepare for it. So that means if you want to not have any regrets regarding seizing opportunities, you need to prepare for it. Number three is not expressing feelings. I think that is one that I was struggling my youth the most, because I was not able to express my feelings, and I used to be feeling regretful because of that, and it made me feel frustrated, desperate, and I didn't feel good about myself as well. So I truly believe it's very important to be able to share your feelings. What I found that when I really became very, very confident about myself, who I am, and became very self-aware about my self-confidence and self-esteem, and I understood that I'm okay by myself. I could achieve great things by myself as well. So that means I don't need some validation by other people, and I'm able to share my feelings, and I do not care as much about other people's opinions, because I know that I will be okay. And if they are okay about my feelings, it will be even a plus. Number four is not taking care of yourself. It's in different ways. Sometimes people don't take care of themselves because they're building a business in a not healthy way, and sometimes people use some addictions, smoking, drinking. Of course, when you smoke one cigarette, it will not change anything, but when you add 20 years of smoking, of course they forget, and after that they go to a hospital, and then they start thinking, okay, why I smoked so long? Why I did that? That means we need to really take care of ourselves today if you do not want to have that regretful life. It's such an important thing, because when you think about people do not imagine how their life look like when they will do that activity or will not do that activity for 20, 30, 40 years, because regret comes only in the long term. So that means you need to understand what you need to do today, short term, because a lot of times short term pain will lead to joy, but short-term pleasure will potentially lead to regrets. Number five is not living up to one's potential. Now, of course, this one is not to every single person. Some people have the desire to go after that full potential, and some people don't. And as both are okay. But if you are that person who have that itch in you, who wants to pursue something great, sometimes staying in one position, comfortable position, will be disaster for you. So sometimes you need to take that comfort and say that I'm throwing this comfort comfort life out. I'm really pursuing something for myself, for my family. I want you to reach that full potential, because then you will not live a regretful life. Number 6 is not living in the present moment. This also is a big one for really people who have very important people. Because when you have a family, and you come back to your family and you still think about the work, about the business, about all the difficulties, about paying the bills, that means that you're not able to be fully present with the people in front of you. And after 20 years, when they will leave home, for example with kids, they will leave home, they will say, oh, I wanted to spend more time with my kids. So you have time now and you're supposed to do that. Or sometimes maybe you're not present with your parents, and at one moment you start saying that, why I was not present with them. Because I was regretful a little bit for a second as well. I did my best to be present, but still I truly believe that every single person has some issues. I need to work hard to be as present as I could. Number 7 is not being honest with others. I think that this is a very important thing as well. I struggled at the beginning, because I think that the most majority of people struggle is when youth going after their life and parents says exactly what they're supposed to do. Now you need to be very honest with them. You need to explain, I understand it, this is your path, but this is not my path. And I think that the most important part is being very certain and confident that this is not your path and you want to pursue something else. Because when a youth is sharing what they want to do, and they are very uncertain, because of that, parents want to put some certainty, and they say, okay, this is exactly what you need to do, and you will have that certainty. And of course, people need to learn to say that this is not who I am, this is not what I want to do, because a lot of times I find that people spend 4 years in college in a thing that they really never wanted to pursue, and of course those 4 years is wasted on a thing that will never add value. So we need to learn how to not waste our times, because that potentially could lead to regretful life. But of course, that conversation could be difficult, but is essential, because short-term pain could lead to long-term pleasure. Now, when I think about life, so if you do not do those things, it will allow you to be much more joyful. So you need to evaluate yourself. And how many of those you still struggling? Because I was able to really get better, and you're able to do that as well. So if you start working on that and reflecting, and I could guarantee you will become better. I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.